Today we're taking a look at some of the best world records achieved in Kacky. With 1 month of playing, 75 maps, and thousands of players trying this at the best times they can, it's resulted in some truly mind-blowing stuff. You have 6 shortcuts, unintended strategies, and more. I really think you guys are gonna enjoy what I have to show you guys today, but before I do, just want to say there's only a few days left to put in your votes for the Streamer Awards. I put the link down below. You can vote for the streamers that you think deserve the win in each category. I am nominated for Best Speedrun Streamer, so I do want to put in a word and say that if you guys have enjoyed the speedrun content this year, a vote would mean a lot. Also vote for Anna in the Best Strategy Streamer category, as I think she really deserves to win there. With that said, let's take a look at some of the records. The first map I'm going to show you guys is 305. This was the final map to be completed. Every other map except this one was finished, and now it's been done by 76 people. There's a bit of a puzzle in figuring out how to do this part over here. The sign says nose bug, but we tried to nose bug for over 10 days and couldn't figure it out. And so people began to theorize a new strategy, and then it completely fell to a Uber bug shortcut. This was unintended by the mappers, but here's the world record by Bank TM, where he drifts into the plastic wall and gets shot backwards straight up into the finish. The mappers here used plastic as that is the final bounce to the finish, but forgot that you could Uber bug off the back of the plastic block. This goes so fast in real time, you really just pop through without even knowing that it happened.
Oh! Suck!
And I'll also show you guys the intended way here, as we couldn't quite figure this out, but this is what you had to do. This is the validation run by Teakbone and Jack, and I believe no one's actually beaten the map this way, because it's far easier with the Uber bug that people have been using. But yeah, just a quadruple nose bug around the turn and barely making it to the water layer. So that is the first map. Also, they have a green timer. Should we have a green timer? Alright, Buckley, we can put up a green timer for the people. Then we have another, I'd say, unintended strategy slash shortcut. You have this map where you spawn hanging one wheel on the ground. And let me just show you, if you hit any of these white gates, the rally gates, the car just falls through the floor. So the strategy and the idea is to balance the car between all the gates. This goes very slowly. If you look at my record, this is quite slow. I am being very meticulous here to not hit any of these white gates, especially here near the bottom. I was so close to hitting this one and had to maneuver around. It's all in 2x speed. The world record is 24 seconds. And this guy has been hunting the map a lot. It's actually really cool because you can see on the Kacky website how many finishes people have on the map. So if I go to the website, you will see that Karim has 28 completions on this map. And essentially what has been found here and what he's gonna do is drive through the gate anyway. So this is a really sick world record by Karim. Let's take a look. So he's gonna drive the start mostly the same, just a little bit faster than what I did to get over to this platform. Now here I try to go up the hill immediately, but what he's gonna do is set up in a way where he clips the rally car gate while being in the uphill block. And the result is that he can hang onto the glass with the rally car, and it's way faster, it's way easier to maneuver, it spins quicker. It's hard to control, but you cannot do this with stadium car, and that's why there's such huge time differences. The best stadium car time that I've seen was around 45 seconds by the same guy. So a rally car strat, very specific to this map alone, and I think you'll never find a use case for this elsewhere, but still very cool. Alright, map 303. The strategy that the mapper intended here on this massive QR code is that you have to pass through these reactor gates facing backwards, as then they give you reactor up. You can then hover, and then you have to turn around and get a new reactor up on the next one, and then fly into the finish. We're watching rank 300 on the map here. However, the top times are quite fast because what was discovered is that if you pass through one of these gates upside down, you get reactor down. Reactor down pulling a car upside down. Down pulls it up so you can fly that way. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, here's an insane record by Mikmos doing exactly that. So intentionally flips the car here, bouncing the wheel to flip it, gets reactor down now, but the car is facing up, so it pulls, you know, and then straight to the finish. This saves like 10 seconds compared to what we just watched, and it's honestly a godlike record. This will not be beaten, I don't think, throughout the event. Just a really fortunate set of events. And Mikmos is currently leading Kacky as well. This next record is just funny to me. You have this guy on the leaderboard, he's called 322 Technology. And if you just look at the leaderboard, his record is crushing everyone. This is also his only finish. The player that this is actually in game is a guy called Haedra, which is a ex-pro player from France. So let's watch his perfected run after 51 finishes. A very low flip to the boosters, another flip off the side to bounce to the plastic quarter pipe, and then the ending is the most crucial part of the run. You have to flip up to this bridge and do it well, and he gets a bug slide on the landing to go to the finish. I think if you look at the other runs, you'll see that they're actually keeping up quite close with him, especially Simply Nick here, to the final part, but just getting that last part right, yeah, as expected. Getting this last part correctly, going low with a bug slide, is just so hard to do. And that is the result of 50 runs. And another run in this same style is 321, where, again, if I check the leaderboards, I think we'll see Dara has 147 finishes. All right, let's take a look at Dara. So the start is the most important, to get a clean boost off the booster while bouncing. And now he has a small lead on both me and Flo, and then just a very nice ending. I think intentionally bouncing against the booster to keep most of his car on top of it, and then going into the finish. Not too visually stunning, I know. Not too visually stunning, but just 150 finishes. Like, what? The next map I want to show you guys is 327, and this one is really visually stunning. And the way the top records drive it is just mental. You have to get a nose bug across the entire stadium here by nose bugging onto plastic to preserve all the speed of that moment where the nose bug happens, and then land on this wood bridge. If you land sideways here, then you can stop the car completely on top of it. But what the guys do is they don't go fully sideways. They want to drop most of their momentum and then fly into the finish, which is on the back. And it's so precise to flick into the finish, as Smithy here does. Just crazy. Blev's one was a bit more, I think, by accident how this happened. But he's certainly going to be happy with that. And there's just some of these fun coincidences that happen in Kacky where enough players play enough maps where the skill is not so usable, and you end up with records from players you wouldn't expect. A good example of what I'm talking about is on map 338. Let me first show you how this is done normally. Let's take my record here. And I've hunted this. I've completed this 3 times. You have to have the car glide along the plastic into another plastic wall and then down into the pool and bounce on the pool ledge. Whichever record you watch here, they all do this. You can watch Tim here and the other 300 players that have completed the map. Everyone follows this recipe, except for one person, and that is the guy in first. If you look at the leaderboard, you wouldn't think there's anything amiss, any shortcut. But take a look at Petit Camion from Canada. I'm assuming one of the French-speaking parts of Canada. Jump to the plastic, same as the others. Jump to the second plastic, and then misses the pool, bounces on the light, and goes into the ring. Like, what? How does this happen? I think 99% of players would reset right here. So kudos to him for keeping going, but this should have never worked. This is so precise. Like, this is a Mission Impossible style finish. Just unbelievable. A similar thing happened on map 373. This is a record that is 4 seconds ahead of everyone else by Ripsy. And as you'll see, nothing seems out of the ordinary at first. You can take a look at the run from Simo's point of view, where they all drive the start the same way onto the booster, right? Simo with a fantastic start. Now, Ripsy here is going to try to do what the others are doing, which is jump and get the wheels to stay on this pool ledge. And as long as it's under the pool, you're fine. However, his car falls down, it starts to fall. And most people would reset when this happens. Let's go slow motion so you can see it better. Falls here, gets a backflip. This is not going to land without a little bit of help from this ledge to push the car down in this exact way with enough speed to make it. What you're going to see from Zitos is that you have to bounce the plastic wall over here. Oh my god, these camera angles are out to get me, dude. Plastic bounce over here, stop the car, and then drop into the hole backwards to get enough speed to go to the finish. So this flip from Ripsy is so lucky. Cannot overstate that. It probably should not have happened, but it's very fun that we get coincidences like this, where someone just gets a very lucky run, and it's just fun to watch. There's one more like this, and this one is completely nuts. This record by Alexator, 3 seconds faster than Zitos. Zitos, again, sort of having a lot of normal way records, it seems, but not the, not beating the lottery winners. Here, you have to bounce down 3 pipes, 1 forward, 1 backward, and the last one forwards. This is the intended way. All the records do this. This is an alternative way to beat the map, where you jump up, you turtle on this pipe, and then drop from here. And what he's trying to do is skip all the bounces back and forth, and get a very lucky flick from the roof into the gap. Like, that is completely crazy. And slower, so there's no reason to do this. So that is why Alexator here, I think not knowing how to play the map, jumped up, slowed down, and basically just did that same thing without any setup, bouncing from this pipe into the finish. Just insane. If you look at this, and it's like, I cannot explain, I think, to you how hard this is to do. If you tried to replicate this, you probably would not be able to within 10 hours of playtime. It's just absurdly rare, I think, to jump with an exact angle to do this and get through here in a good way. So just mind-boggling that this is the record. All right, now I'm going to show you guys 347, where there's also a big gap on the leaderboard. A lot of people in the 14 seconds, and then F6 with a 13. So what happened on this map is that it was originally thought to be one of the hardest maps, because we didn't fully understand what to do on this wood wall. There were all these lights, and we thought maybe they have some purpose, but they also just looked like scenery. But then in the end, we saw the same thing, where there's all these lights, right? Thought it was just scenery. However, these lights are actually a setup that the mapper intended. If I show you my record here, you'll see it that what the mapper intended for you to do was to glide against the wall with the wheel, so that you can get a wood flick down here into the quarter pipe below. And the light is where you set this up, and you just hold the drift buttons. And when this was found, everyone could beat the map this way. Before that, though, what we thought was the intended way is what F6 did, and it turned out to just be a shortcut. It literally just saves time, what F6 did. So this record is about 1 second faster and way harder to do. He jumps down the wood wall and gets a wood flick this way with so much speed, and no one else has been able to do it. Appropriately releases to get back to regular speed for the ending, and then drops into the finish. Just insane time. Probably also not going to get beaten, because you need this insane start. Yeah, Zitos does this the same way I did, and you can see just how much time this loses before the quarter pipe. So he probably had a much faster ending, yeah, way earlier on the wall and straight to the finish, but still down by almost a second. All right, next, guys, I think I'm going to show you guys some world records I got, because after finishing the maps, I myself tried to improve my average, and I actually got the world record on a map played by 1,200 people here, ahead of Pan Theory. And the guy we're competing against here finished this as his first map, with his first finish being world record. So quite a crazy story. You have to get this rare Uber bug straight into the top finish here, and I've beaten this map 23 times now, where 22 of them all went to the wrong finish. It's actually quite hard to get that top one, but what works here is to land in the middle of the road, because you need the car to do a bug slide tick exactly as you pop into the wall to get the height necessary to fly into this finish. And yeah, very tough record to beat, I would think, but I'm not going to play that map again. I also tried to get world record on this map, and I just noticed at the time of recording that it has been beaten again today. So let's take a look. When did he achieve this record? It must have been like 10 minutes ago. Wow, yeah, 49 minutes ago. So basically just when I sat down to record this, and you can see that I have a record here. Let me show you guys the top 5, because oftentimes you can see different strategies, and I thought I was on a banger run here. when I drove this. I was in voice call with Janik and I was like, dude, this run is killer. And it would be about equal to PSX pace here before flubbing the ending and everyone passing me. My god. It's, if you take a look at, I think it is F6 here, and compare it, you can see just how far behind he is at the time of landing on the beam. Like, the fact that I'm losing to F6 here is crazy to me. But F6 gets a very low flip, air brake, and more speed up the ice wall. Alright guys, let me show you, since we're on the note of world records, of course, my other world record of this Kacky. This is map 351 from the same map as the other one I had the world record on, where I got a 15.361. So this one I got just a few days ago. You have to nose bug and preserve speed, and then nose bug again and preserve speed. And what I noticed is that going quite diagonally is the fastest strategy. If you look at it from Charles' point of view, you can see it makes no sense when my car is all the way out there, but then the speed I preserve is greater. So I go a bit wider, same on this one. Looks very wide in comparison, but then able to hold on to the lead. And a quite strong record. I'm pretty proud of this one. I also have one more world record of this Kacky, and I might as well show you guys all before they get beaten, and I still have them as content. This is map 362, where I beat the world record from light. Very close leaderboard though, look at this. Simon PSX 45s as well. You have to go through all the pools, land early after this one, and here, because I was too fast, I noticed I could do a right-left to reduce airtime and land perfectly at the top of the ramp, where afterwards I should have also followed this up with a better end jump for a stronger record, but I saved the end jump a bit and it was still enough to hold on. But very close gaps here. I'm only ahead by 100th. I don't know about this next one, but Buckley told me there's gonna be an interesting top 5 on 339. This is a really hard map, took a long time to finish. So let's check out. Wow, world record is 0.5 ahead. I have not watched these, so I don't know what we're looking for here, but proximate with the world record. Jump up and you have to hit the reactor. Oh, he hits it very late. He's gonna be behind. Wow, everyone is ahead of him. But then I'm assuming a great ending straight through the gap. Oh my god. And Quentin here, we kind of have to see Quentin. Quentin is a really good reactor boost player. We've seen that a lot in these French Cups I play, where Quentin has all the records. So he gets the reactor much earlier and it's gonna have more speed. Flying with way more speed through all three, but then barely missing. Oh, the pain. Dude, this hurts. Oh, it could have been just clean, easy world record, but he missed it. And similarly, Buckley said there's an interesting top 5 on 372. This was one of the maps that people finished as their final one. Like, this is a really hard map. I don't expect there to be too many people hunting this. You kind of just take what you get as your first finish. But let's see the top 5. Shield Bandit. We are trying to nose bug on the flag. Very similar setups. And then, yeah, I guess just different flips, but wow. Shield Bandit direct fin in the middle. I have thought, if you wanted to hunt this, that the closest finish is the left one. So that's why you see Kacky and Hugo go for this one. They also just had a better line towards this one. Oh, and Mikmos. Wow, wait. Did Mikmos really lose to Kacky here? Sometimes this is just like fun to look at. He's clearly ahead. Oh, wow. Yeah. I was also told that top 5 on 323 is interesting. Here, Zitos finally has a record. He's been second place a lot. We can see that the same people are in the top on a lot of maps because they're hunting for an average score improvement. Okay. And he's actually last. Wow, his ending must have been insane. Wait, is this the... Oh, no, I actually might have seen this run. Is this the one where he gets this, like, backflip thing on the end? Yeah, this is crazy. Oh, dude, his ending is so lucky here. It's crazy. The intended strategy is for you to drop off the side. Let's look at, like, Scrappy, right? Yeah, this is crazy that he got that. Finally, he was the lucky one. The intended strategy is to drive off the side and then have the side wheels at the same time hook onto the wood to give you grip to flip up. That's why everyone has a very similar rotation here, landing up on the last platform. Zitos, however, got some kind of edge bug which changed the rotation of his car. Some kind of edge bug. And then he only hits it with the back left wheel and gets a way better rotation for the fin. Also clutch to be able to steer this into a world record, but wow. Yeah, that's just like a small piece of magic there, small spark of magic. I guess to conclude this video, I will show you guys the world record on my own map, 340. It's apparently the hardest map this Kacky, although in previous Kackys, there's been about 20 maps harder than this one on average. Here are the top times, all within a few hundredths of each other. Link, F6, Sano, and B-Johns, where they all get to spin. Oh, F6 so far ahead. But then maybe a slightly worse booster. Link, air braking early, trying to get the instant finish. And also, B-Johns and Sano had way better plastic bounces too. Landing much earlier. Like, B-Johns, is he the last one? No. Sano's even further behind. So maybe I could go for this one, guys. I don't know if it's lame to have world record on your own map, but yeah, seeing Sano's ending here, maybe you could do it. Inside air brake here, and quite a late air brake actually. To just flip over the front of the ring and straight into his 75th finish. GG's. Right now there's about 15 people that have all the maps, and they're gonna keep hunting for world records for another 10 days, so the ones I'm showing here might change, but I myself, guys, I'm probably done playing Kacky this edition. Right now it's DreamHack, and I'm going to go celebrate and have fun with friends, but as of right now, we are 9th place with an average of 36. And don't forget to vote in the streamer boards. You only have a few days. I don't know the exact deadline. Link in the description. Go vote. Please vote for me. Please vote for Anna in the speedrun, in the strategy streamer category, and also for Perry Carriel in the League of Their Own award if you wanna vote for my friends who I think deserve their wins. But guys, that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and subscribe. See you later. Bye bye.